You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is.
Perfect.
We are back with some Rampage and Smackdown reviews. As always, you already know, if you were on my stream yesterday, you know my mic is broke. So we're going off the headset until it comes in the mail. So I will have a new one here in a couple of days. Until then, I think we got the Charlo fight tonight. For all my fight fans out there. Got a show to go to today. It's a beautiful day. Hopefully it doesn't rain later. Man, we're going to get into it. But before that, as always, show them my socials.
Perfect.
Follow me, RJD underscore 199 on Instagram, RJ699 on Twitter, RJD 199 on Snapchat, and follow me at What The Wrestling on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. Follow me on What The Wrestling on Spotify and Anchor. Follow me on What The Wrestling because I'm bald and sexy. Oh, y'all thought I was going to say something else? No, come on, man.
Nope.
You've been here long enough. You know how I operate. But as always, let's get into it. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. 'Tis I, RJD here. Welcome. All my Resident Evil 4 fans, welcome to What the Wrestling. We are the podcast that talks all things wrestling. As always, as I stated before, I am your host, RJD. Welcome again. We are going to get into Rampage and Smackdown. We have two shows to go over. Some things happened, some things didn't happen. Smackdown is trying. I will give them that. Rampage was okay. Wasn't feeling the ending, but it's all good. But before we get into it, as always, hit the goddamn like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. What the Wrestling, as always. If you missed the socials, they'll be there at the end. If you want to see them now, hit that rewind button and just go backwards. Go backwards. Press pause and follow me. That's it. See how simple that was? So, with that being said, let's go into Rampage first. Rampage. Oh, yeah, that Charlo fight is tonight. Nice. Charlo Castaño 2. Who you got? Oh, no, I like Charlo, but we'll see. It's going to be a good fight. First things first, we have Death Triangle versus The Butcher, The Blade, and Mark Quinn. Fun match. This is basically a showcase for their Lucha Bros. Cero Miedo, as always. This was a showcase for them. And we got to see the Black Arrow. No one should ever be kicking out of that shit. And it was a nice little fun match. Butcher is in incredible shape. Shout out to him. From the first time we saw Butcher and Blade till now, the Butcher is just, I mean, I know he's in the band too. He's had a couple injuries. He looks phenomenal. Keep up the good work. Phoenix is back, and listen, Phoenix is back, and he's doing shit that Ray Phoenix does. I mean, go back and watch him and Dante Martin, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All that matches is a bunch of that's it. The Blade cut the beard. Fine by me. Good for him. Keep up the good work. Mark Quinn with the 450, as always, looks impressive. Dive from the top to the floor was the biggest highlight of the match. But ultimately, the Black Arrow took out, if I'm not mistaken. He got hit with the double stomp power driver from the Lucha Bros. Then Pac hit the Black Arrow. That was all she wrote. TKO. See you later. Then we had Bear Boulder versus Shawn Spears. Only thing you need to know here is Shawn Spears picked him up and hit the what's his finish called? Not the TKO. That's this guy. When he was Ty Dillinger, what did he call that damn finish? Well, anyway, he hit his finish or the C4. There you go. I was like, I knew what it was. But he got hit with the C4, and that was all she wrote for Mr. Bear Boulder. He's a big boy, but Spears picking him up, as I got something in my eye I'm trying to clear out. Spears picking him up is impressive. That was great. We also had an Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament quarterfinal match. Riho versus Ruby Soho. This was a good match. Riho is great at what she does. I don't know why everybody's mad at Riho. Why is everybody mad Riho lost? Riho was the first women's champion. Riho is crispy. Ruby Soho ain't been on TV like that, especially not on Dynamite. She ain't been on Dynamite like that since the first month she debuted. She's been on Dark. She's been on Rampage a couple of times, but give her some her some burn, yo. Jesus Christ, everybody all mad and shit.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I was genuinely surprised. I was like, why is everybody mad that Riho lost? Riho will be fine. She'll be back, and every time she's in the States, they normally keep her strong. So, listen, she lost. It happens. But we also had some surprising developments and some irritation at the end of this match, and I will get into it in a minute. But Riho sticking the fingers in her, she stuck her fingers and she went like this too. She didn't want to hear Ruby Soho's music. I like Ruby Soho's music, but there was an awkward moment when Soho was running at Riho and then stopped so Riho could do a move. It was quick because Riho's quick she's as quick as a cat, but I noticed it. It happens. The modified half crab submission on Riho, that was a good look. They went back and forth for a while. Riho, she had a Northern Light suplex, which looks impressive because Riho is like all of 90 pounds. So anything Riho does against somebody, because mostly everybody's bigger than her, looks impressive. But Ruby Soho got the win, hitting I forgot the name of her finisher. But she hit the name of her finisher.
Stop it. Get some help.
She hit her finisher, and that was all she wrote, so she will move on in the next round. Now, after the match, it was announced that Hikaru Shida was injured and would not be able to compete. So, they swapped out Hikaru Shida with Chris Statlander, no longer playing the alien and booping people on the nose, but now she's wearing all black and looking like a badass. Chris Statlander would have been my pick to win this whole thing, had she even been in the tournament. Which reminds me, why wasn't she in this tournament to begin with? Chris Statlander is very, very impressive. Before she got hurt with the knee injury, she was getting there. Fans are starting to take a liking to her. She had her shot, lost against Britt Baker, if I'm not mistaken. But Chris Statlander will be a future champion, a future TBS or TNT champion, because she's fantastic. But Hikaru Shida put out some tweets saying that, basically she was saying that they don't care about Japanese wrestling. I'll get to them right now. Hikaru Shida tweets about AEW. Now, this is surprising because they said she was out due to injury, but let me translate what she said. Well, I already had 4 matches after the street fight and just finished the greatest fighting musical show, but I seem to have been injured. Japanese wrestling is nothing for them. I'm so sorry, and I'm sorry I couldn't be in the tournament too. Now, she did kind of clean this up. I guess somebody told her, yo, clean that shit up. So she went back on and cleaned up what she was saying, and the next 2 tweets were positive. She said positive things about Statlander, blah 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 blah. But Sheeta was not happy because unbeknownst to her, apparently Sheeta's injured. So she was like,
"Stop the cap."
I'm not injured. Like, I had 4 wrestling matches already since the street fight. So how am I injured? So what's wrong with y'all?
Stop it. Get some help.
So she was not too happy about this. Now, I understand her irritation, and for some, I don't know if they took her out because she couldn't come stateside. Maybe they were having travel troubles with her. So they said, listen, we're going to take you out. But whatever they were planning to do, they didn't tell her. So she obviously ain't hurt, but they didn't tell her what they were trying to do. So there's a lot of confusion going on here. But hopefully Sheeta and AEW, they get back on the same page. We don't need any bad blood between them because they are Sheeta's fantastic and always pushed properly, and AEW is definitely starting to focus on women's wrestling a little bit more with this tournament. So let's just do it right. Then we had the main event of the evening. This was great. Scorpio Sky versus Frankie Kazarian. This was great. The story of this match is basically these two are friends, you know, SCU. So they had SCU, and Scorpio did not really want to be a heel. Scorpio was like, listen, we're cool. I'll give you the first shot. I already told you. So that was what this was about. When they got out there, they shook hands. They said, let's go. And they had themselves a very kick-ass match. These two are tag team partners. They know each other well. The crowd was behind both guys. From the moment both guys came out, they were chanting SCU. We had Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti shown in the crowd with their AAA mixed tag titles, which is good to see that they went and down to Mexico and won some titles. Shout out to them. Dan Lambert had to get an insult in, saying something about Tay Conti. It must be a running joke in the back, like, hey, what can I say about Tay Conti this week? Like, it's this. This is. I think they made a mistake here. So the end of this match happened when Lambert ran down for a distraction, so Ethan Page could break up the submission to save Scorpio Sky, because Scorpio Sky got choked out by Kazarian. Sky recovered, and after the Dan Lambert got off, got hit with the TKO and got the win. After the fact, Frankie Kazarian told him what had happened, and he's like, listen, man, I thought you said one-on-one. What happened? Because before the match, he had told Dan Lambert and Ethan Page, stay in the back. I got this one alone. Because he wanted to treat his friend with respect. You know what I'm saying?
Respect my authority!
But at the end of the day, he turned around and whacked Mr. Kazarian over the head, turning full on heel. F that babyface run. And that is all she wrote. I'm not gonna lie. Why did they not give him a babyface run? I know he's associated with Lambert and he's associated with Ethan Page. I get it. But it just seems like before Cody left, they knew what they wanted to do with that title. Cody had like 10 plus defenses. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. He had like 10 or 12 defenses or something. Miro had like almost 10 defenses, if not 10 defenses. Cody had mad defenses the first time around. Darby had a lot of defenses. And I love what they were doing with the title. They bringing in all these extra people, the Ricky Starks, the Eddie Kingstons, bring Warhorse. They're bringing in these people off the Cobb. I think Cobb got a title defense. No, Cobb was for Moxley. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Stop the
But they're bringing in all of these people to defend the TNT title, so you get to see a Warhorse, you get to see a Eddie Kingston, you get to see a Ricky Starks. Soon as Cody leaves, Scorpio got it. What the hell is this guy's name? This cat got it. Sami got it. Then Scorpio got it. Then Sami got it. Then Scorpio got it. They're playing hot potato with the title, like they don't know what the fuck they want to do with the title. Like, listen.
How dare you?
Get that title on somebody and keep it on them, and have them open challenge, have them do a storyline with it, whatever you need to do. They were doing good up until Cody got it the last time and lost it. Once they had the interim thing, they gave it to Cody, maybe because they were trying to check his contract situation. They didn't know if he was going to resign, so they kept it on him. They had a handshake deal. As soon as they knew he wasn't resigning, bang, they took it off him, put it on Sami. You should have kept it on Sami. And if the crowd turned on him, so be it. They turned on him. You should have kept it on Sami, you know what I mean? Sami, until you had something better to do with it. Now they're just playing hot potato. Hopefully it stays on Scorpio and it doesn't go anywhere, because that is how it should be. Hands down. Now, that was Rampage. Didn't like the ending. I think they could have done better. I wish Scorpio Sky would have had a babyface run, but it is what it is. That's what they decided to do. Rampage, good. It was on early this week, so the ratings on it probably going to suck, but it's okay. We're moving forward. Now, let's talk about Smacketh of the Down. Smackdown. Punks jump up to get beat down. Anyway, so I'm not going to go in order here. Let's talk about what happened. So the Usos accept RK Bro's challenge to unify the titles. We started off the show with RK Bro coming out there. They called out, said, listen, we want to unify. They were like, listen, get over here. That's it. You know what I'm saying? The Bloodline did not oblige them. Sami Zayn obliged them with a Bloodline shirt. Sami Zayn came out of nowhere and said, listen, I am, the de facto Bloodline hit person. So I speak for them. So he said, Randy was like, listen, you speak for them, so you can make a match for them. So what's up? So how about if Riddle beats you, then we get to unify the titles. He said, listen, I don't speak for them, okay? I don't do none of that. But he tried to leave, and then here comes the general manager, Adam Pearce, and he's like, listen, I can make the matches, and you two are going to fight. We'll see what happens. Riddle versus Sami Zayn. This was great. The end came where Riddle was setting up for, I think he got thrown through the barricade. He got back in at the count of 10. Sami Zayn tried to count him out again, but that messed up, and he got hit. He tried to hit the RKO, but that got messed up. But then he got hit with the Bro Derek, and the Bro Derek took him out. Randy Orton was out there looking like a proud bro. Come on, Randy. Love everything about this. This was great. Sami Zayn pleaded with Paul Heyman later in the evening, saying, listen, insisted that he was just standing up for the Bloodline, trying to defend them, and Heyman said, listen, the Tribal Chief appreciates your efforts, but get the hell out of here. The end of the night saw Roman come out and say, listen, y'all guys want to come out here and challenge the Usos, and you think the Usos don't speak for themselves, so Usos, what y'all gonna do about it? Usos said, we accept Us, we just don't accept tonight, but next week though.
Nope.
But next week though.
Stop it.
Do it!
But next week we got you.
Just do it!
I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna keep it truthful. This match ain't happening. They are not unifying the titles. You already heard. You heard it right here on What the Wrestling. Fox don't want unified titles. Fox does not want the SmackDown titles on Raw. They want their own set of titles. They're probably upset about the WWE. Well, Roman got both titles, so Roman is on SmackDown. So they probably not mad about that. But these guys, instead of doing what's best for the company and doing what's best for the stories and have everybody go after the man in the tag team division, go after the man on top of the mountain, Roman Reigns, instead of having them go after the woman in the women's division, just make everything one. Then you have your IC and your US, and you have those two undercard titles, everybody fighting for those. no, everybody, Fox and USA want their own shit. So it is what it is. But it's like Mayweather versus Pacquiao. When I see it, I'll believe it.
Emotional damage.
They ain't unifying these titles. Something screwy's gonna happen. It's gonna be a screwy finish. It's gonna be some nonsense next week. No way they unify the titles. I'm saying it, and I'm gonna clip this. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. What else happened on this show? Ronda Rousey fought Roquel Gonzalez. She came out and said she wanted to put an open challenge on this belt, have an open challenge champion. And Roquel Gonzalez, now Roquel Rodriguez, came out and answered the call. She dominated Ronda, tried to hit her with the Chiquita bomb, but got put in the armbar. Afterwards, she fought back and got rolled up for the win. So they kept her strong, what I liked. And they had a decent match, which I liked. And they played it up as Ronda was still, hurting from her fight. And it was an open challenge. She couldn't prepare for Roquel. And she got the win, but Roquel looked good in defeat. So shout out to Roquel Gonzalez. Shotzi, she came out of nowhere. And she demanded a match. And Aaliyah interrupted them both. And they both argued to see who deserved a match. Both of you ladies deserve a match. Why did you take away Shotzi's tank and her rock music and her babyface run and took away everything that made her great? Why did you do that? That was stupid. So, I don't like this, but they're probably going to start a feud. I like Shotzi. I think Shotzi has a lot of potential. Let's see what they do with her. Happy Corbin crushed Madcap Moss in the throat with a steel chair. Madcap came out, cut a promo. He got Brian Pillman with the chair. That looked like it sucked for real.
Get the fuck out of here!
Only problem is I just don't care about this feud.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
You need to drop this feud because I don't care about it. I don't care about it. Let Corbin go do something else. Let Madcap go do something else and show off his incredible ring ability. We don't need this. I don't care about this feud. I don't. We had a women's tag team match. The Boss and Glow. Sasha Banks and Naomi versus Natalya and Shayna Baszler. This was a good match. Naomi counted Natalya sharpshooter with a cradle. And Banks and Naomi got the win. I like this. Naomi got a much needed win, which she desperately needed.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And I'm glad they're doing something with the titles. It would be nice if they could just go to all the brands and take it to NXT. Like, that would be so dope. But they ain't thinking that far ahead. They're not that creative. It fucking sucks. But, nobody wants to do that. So it is what it is. But this was a nice match. Solid. I liked it. Good win for Naomi and Sasha. Keep them strong. Next, we had Drew Gulag talking to Ricochet. And Ricochet saying, listen, I too was feeling down in the dumps. I too wanted to, get right. But I needed to do what I had to do. And you need to do what you need to do. Next time you see Gunther, you tell him I'm not taking your shit. So he said, all right, he gave him a pep talk. As soon as he turned the corner, he saw Walter. Now Gunther. He saw Walter, and Eichner was like, so, what did you have to say to the ring general? And he ripped his shirt and then chopped the holy shit out of him. It was like, you just saw the swelling began to... As soon as he chopped him, he freaking hit the floor, and you saw the swelling, and he was just like... As soon as he turned the corner...
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
And then he got chopped, and it was like...
How dare you?
I'm just going to sit here and bask in this chopness. Oh, man, that was a fun segment. We also had Butch we had Pete Dunne, a.k.a. Butch, versus Kofi Kingston in a very fun match. The bitter end was the end of Kofi. Sheamus attacked Xavier Woods, distracting Kingston, and because Kingston got distracted, Mr. Pete Dunne was able to hit the bitter end. Pat McAfee saying he doesn't know where Butch is and he doesn't know what the bitter end is all cap.
Stop the cap.
You were in NXT when Pete Dunne was in NXT, bro. You know exactly what the bitter end is. You know what his finish is. Who fed you that bullshit? That was stupid. They should not have fed you that line because that was dumb. So,
Halfway.
come on, son. But anyway, that was SmackDown, okay? Not a bad show. Not a bad show. They're doing better. They're trying. And you know what? I will give them an A for effort for trying because SmackDown could have been trash. But they have picked it up this week. I'm glad. Hopefully next week is better. Probably the main event of next week probably going to be the unification tag match. When I see it and we get a winner, I'll believe it. Telling you, that match ain't happening. And if it does happen, it's going to be a DQ finish. I'm telling you this right now. Telling you. So it's like...
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
They lied to you. But with that being said, that's all I got for you guys. Go out and enjoy this beautiful Saturday. Hopefully New York City stays dry. If you didn't have my socials, check them out now. Here they are. One more time. What the Wrestling. I am RJD. In case you didn't know, I am out. Catch you guys tomorrow for more news. You know, What the Wrestling news brief tomorrow on Sunday. Y'all know I love my news briefs. Other than that, I am out. You guys be safe. Peace.
Dom the Monko.